Hi everyone, today we are going to be doing another picture from Meine Reise Durch Europa by Rita Berman. My mind went completely blank there. We've been doing this page. I can show you, we did the cat and the teapot and the flowers and the caravan. And so, oh dear, hang on, moving my book was not a wise idea. Now I've got to rearrange everything, hang on. Sorry. So we're going to do, there we go, I think we're nearly there. There we go, this car. Now this car reminds me of a picture in the book that I've done already with a car in, but that's okay. Where I thought I would start, I'm using my Staedtler Ergosoft today. I don't think I've used them in this book, or I can't remember using them in this book. And I used them earlier today when I was recording a video for you, and I enjoyed them, so I thought I'd use them again. This is number 80, and I'm just going to do this bit of road while I'm chatting to you. So yeah, I used them earlier. I enjoyed using them. I'd forgotten how fun they were. And you know, because I've had these were my original pencils really. Well, I sort of started with the Noris for about 2 pictures, and then my husband gave me some Ergosoft. So these are sort of, I'm just looking at the top. I think that's it. These are sort of my original set. So I know them well, which I think is nice. It's like going back to an old friend, isn't it? So I'm going to use number 8 for a little bit. This is the dark grey. And I'm just going to do some of the stones. There are bits of gravel. I don't know how easy it is for you to see. I'm just doing a few rough bits and bobs, dots and shadowing and stuff. And those and there. That's it. I think I may also use this dark grey to do the bumpers. Now I remember when I was little, cars looked like this. Maybe they still do make them like this. I'm going to fade that. And the bumpers were always chrome and shiny. So I'm going to try and make that look like a shiny chrome bumper. There we go. So by leaving a little bit of white, it looks shiny. And we might do the same on the light. Like that. And, oh, the front light as well. So you see, just left that little bit of white and it looks like there's some shine. I'm wondering about the wheel arches, but probably not. And that bit, we'll do that bit. Oh, and the centre of the tyres too. There's quite a lot going on this page, isn't there? But I think we'll be okay. So the centre of these, with these, take a dark across the middle, make a sort of V shape and fade it up top and bottom. Do the same on the other side. Now that looks rubbish. Let's try it on this side. A bit lighter. Maybe I did it a bit too hard. It's got a bit of reflection top and bottom. And that's a bit better. This one's too dark. I'm just going to erase it down a bit. This is a Tombow mono eraser. What I'm trying to do is not smudge it out of the circle, but try and actually just erase a layer, because I don't want to smudge it onto the tile. I think that's better. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. If I keep faffing, it'll be worse. So the window frame too, dark here, dark there, dark here, and dark there. Roof rack. Here, here. I just had a phone call. It was very good timing. I was just in between videos. My neighbour gave me a quick ring. I had found something on her driveway and popped it through her letterbox while she was out, because I was just walking past, and so I popped it through. And then when I got home, I emailed her and told her that I'd done it, but I saw her come in and I saw her stop by her front door and just sort of look really confused and sort of pick it up. And she rang me up to she'd got my email thank me for popping it through her door, because she did said it would have been bad if it got in the wrong hands. So I don't know what it was. She said she'd put the car in the garage and it was some work to do. So I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm just sort of doing areas that I think would be dark grey. Now I'm going to use the light grey to do the glass. What I'm going to do is just do that. Really simple, and a little bit there. So I'm leaving some white around the edge, and we've got this one as well. I'm going to do the same thing with the camera. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm trying to work out quite what's going on, but I think we've got a suitcase there. I don't know how that guitar's staying there. Perhaps I'm not supposed to ask. Right. Right, the wheels are going to be black. Yeah, I'm just going to have to make sure I don't smudge it. This is number 9, which is the black. And what I'm going to do with the wheels, tyres, sorry, they're going to be darker at the bottom, because that's where the shadow will be, and then lighter as we go up and towards the top. Like that. And the same here, so darker there and lighter as we go up towards the top. So there's not a shine on them as such because they're not metal, but they are still going to have some shadow. And now we have the main part of the car, and I rather like this colour, which is number 35. And that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to start with the wheel arches, and I'm going to make them look like they reflect a bit of light. So I'm going to make it darker here, and then start to fade it now as we come towards the top. It's a really pretty colour. I've never seen a car this colour. Perhaps you have, I don't know. But what's it matter? So I've left a tiny bit of white. This bit. Again, I think it'd be darker near the bottom. I'm just going to sort of fade it towards the edge of the car. A little bit like that. I've got that bit. I'm going to sort of ignore that that's a door and just sort of try and fade it up. Sorry, that was a deep sigh, wasn't it? I was thinking about the news that I just looked at. Not good. But no, colouring is a nice distraction. I should be concentrating on that and not thinking about the news. But anyway, I want it to be quite tricky, because I'd like it to be light on the top, but actually that roof rack is going to be shading it, so I'm actually going to make it a bit darker. There we go. Let's have a look in the camera. Yeah, I think that's okay. I just need to do that a bit. There we go. Now, I'm going to do the sky next, because I want to make sure that I don't do anything in the sky colour that will sort of look odd, if that makes any sense. So number 30 for the sky, and we're just going to use Rita's edge lines as a guide, which is nice, makes it easy for us. But yes, if you're going to do a background, plan it first. Usually is best, because on a picture like this we could do all sorts of colours for all these items, and if we do too many different colours we might not leave ourselves anything for the sky. I'm just seeing whether any's going to go through that handle, and the answer is no. So we want to make sure that we've got our colour, our things stand out. If we did something blue, a light blue, it wouldn't stand out from the sky. so it might look odd, and the idea really of a background is that it sits back, you know, and the other things show up in front of it. So let's just finish filling it all in. Now really with a background you want to, well, there are different approaches, but for this background I want to try and get it even, just like an even blue sky. That's what I'm trying to do. It's not easy. I'm also trying to work out which bits are where the background is, because that line there is for the case. So the case sort of goes to there. Now Rita has drawn in some dots where we could go a bit harder and do slightly darker, but I'm just going to leave it. Let me take it to there though, like that. Just checking. I think that's done. Okay. So I haven't done the steering wheel. I've just noticed that, and I'm thinking, are we going to have it similar car? I think I'm actually going to do it in the dark grey. So number 8. I can't think of a colour that would work with the car apart from that. So there we go. Now we've got fields in the background, so we're going to do those. I'm going to use my favourite green. How can you tell it's my favourite? It's only the length of my little finger. This is number 56. It's actually getting a bit too short for my sharpener. Oh, that's a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? A bit too short for my sharpener. And we're going to do this field in this nice colour. It's quite striking, isn't it? I'm just going to do the whole of it. I'm going to ignore that that's probably 2 fields. I think it's just pretty. Keep it simple. Now we've got 2 types of tree. One type looks like a... that pencil's too blunt. We'll give it a go. These pine trees, I'm using my darkest bluest green, which is 38. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm just going to colour them in. We haven't done too much fancy colouring. When it's a smaller detail, it's not always easy. I don't think it's always necessary. I love these lollipop trees. They're fabulous. I'm sure they're not supposed to be lollipops. There we go. And these trees I'm going to do more of a sort of neutral green, if that makes any sense. And use my 52, which is again quite short. I think this one's snapped, which is why it's short. So I pressed too hard on the... My pencils are very sharp, and I've been using my Derwent rotary pencil sharpener. I'm just going to grab my sky colour and fill in those gaps. This is the only problem with doing a background first, is you sometimes notice you've got gaps that need filling in after. Now the trees do have trunks, so I'm going to use this, which is 77, which is the dark brown. Here, and here, and here. I just realised we haven't done the lights on the car. I think we'll do them quite a bright yellow. So we have got your number 1. I was going to say you won't see this, but the number 1 is quite easy to see. It's the 10 that's difficult. Okay, now the camera I'm going to do black. So black is number 9. And I'm just going to give it a really light covering of black. And then think about where it might be a bit darker. And I'm thinking underneath here, it's probably a bit darker. Basically at the bottom. I'm going to do that bit there. And then I'm going to grab my light grey, which is, whoops, number 80, and just do that area in there, because that's the flash, so it'll be glass. Now the strap, I think I might do that in black as well. So back to number 9, oops, out of shot, a bit blurred, isn't it? Just because it matches the camera. That's the colour that straps are usually just black or brown, aren't they? Are they? I think they are. Gosh, the roadworks are noisy again today. Right, the plant in a pot, let's do that next. Should we choose a different green? Yeah, let's choose a different green. Let's go for the number 50. That's hard to see, isn't it? I'm just going to do the whole leaf in the same colour because I want it to stand out nice and bright, quite a solid amount of colour. You could make the tips or the base slightly darker if you wanted, but really, I'm not going to bother. The pot, I fancy doing it orange. I've got no idea why. Whoops, so I'm going to use number 4. And I'm going to try and make it look like it's more round. Now the way we do that is we make the outside edges darker, then make it lighter towards the middle so we've got a bit of a shine, and then it looks like the light's catching this bit and it's more rounded, like that. Okay, suitcase. Next, what colour? Would your suitcase match your car? No. Dark blue, I think. Number 33 is our darkest blue. Now, I'm just going to go in with quite a solid colour, I think. I'm not going to do the handle. Some suitcases have a sort of white handle, don't they? Old-fashioned ones. The case is like brown and the handle is white. So I might just leave the handle white and then see. It might just look like I forgot to colour it, which isn't. Do you think that? I think that box on top of the suitcase isn't the suitcase. I had wondered if that was like the lid, but I don't think it is, so I'm going to do it in a different colour. But I do wonder why the guitar isn't in a case. Can you put your guitar in a case? No, I'm going to do that, a lighter version of this blue. I quite like it in white, but I just think it looked like I hadn't. There, that's better. Sorry, fiddling. Fiddly fiddly. Okay, so on top of the suitcase, that box, I think we'll just do it in brown, as if it's a sort of cardboard box. It might not look that cardboardy. This is 73 because of the colour. Isn't going to be mega realistic. I love that there's a handbag there. Like, who would put their handbag on top of the car? Has it got your purse in? Has it got your phone in? There we go. Just a little bit there. And that was a bit of a mistake, because now what are we going to do with this guitar? Let's go with the dark brown. Let's go with 76. See what happens. In this bit it's going to be really dark. Put down a really thick layer, isn't it? Ooh, that was pressing way too hard. There we go. And then let's do a lighter amount here. It would be under the strings. Remember there's a wooden fretboard underneath the strings. She says as if she knows anything about guitar. As a freelance writer, I write about lots of things, and guitars is one of them. I have written a bit about guitars. It was just about different brands and how they differed, what features they had. It wasn't very exciting. I've got a little line there which I'm going to erase where where the pencil snapped. I'm going to try to. It's really pushed into the paper. I'm not going to be able to. Right, but what I'm going to do to hide it is draw some lines on my guitar. It's made of wood. It's got a bit of a wood grain, and now we can't see that line. Yay! Okay, this piece here I think is metal. They're often gold, but I'm doing silver and these. So I'm just putting a little bit of grey at each end. Sometimes those are white and ivory, aren't they? Oh well, never mind. Okay, so now we have our handbag. What colour handbag? Someone who has a car that colour, I think they have a purple handbag. It is my purple number 6. What I'm going to do is start with the handle, darker at the bottom, lighter as we go up, just because of the way the light would be on it, and this bit under here would be darker. Now it's going to make the base a little bit darker than the top. And we've got the clasp. Maybe it might be a little bit darker just under the clasp, and there. They're really simple. And our teapot. Now I'm going to have a heart in this pretty 61 pink colour to start with. There we go. I'm just having a look while I'm going to finish this one off and thinking about any extra details, but I think it's going to be okay. Number 20 is the pink, so darker at the bottom and lighter as we go up. You could use some white highlights you see in this picture, but I haven't done any. Oh, I have done on one of them. Oh, I have done on that one too. I might, but I don't think it really needs it. I am pondering this. This bit in the spout is going to be quite dark. With the lid, I want to make it lighter in the middle. Same with this. So it looks like it's slightly rounded, and the spout's going to be darker there and less towards the top. With the base, it's going to be darker here. Now I've gone out of the lines there, which isn't ideal. I'm not going to, it doesn't erase very well, so I'm just going to ignore it. It might just go away. That's what they say, don't they? Ignore it, it'll go away. It doesn't work. So it's sort of darker at the bottom and getting lighter. Now I'm just having a little look to make sure we have included every element, and I think we have. Yeah, the only thing we haven't done is there's a bit of steam coming out of the teapot. I'm going to use my number 80, which is out of shot, just to colour in there. I know it wouldn't really have a colour, but I just think it's fun. So that is it, and we are done. So that was fun. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sorry I made a few mistakes along the way, but hopefully you learned something from those, and I hope you enjoyed that. So thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and happy colouring.